Welcome to the Explainer. If you've ever felt totally confused by all the mixed messages about fat in your child's diet, well, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to cut right through all that noise. We're going to show you why fat isn't the enemy. In fact, it's one of the most crucial building blocks for your child's entire future.
So let's just tackle the big question head-on. For years, decades even, the message was simple: fat is bad. But what if that advice, especially for growing kids, was just wrong? What if by avoiding fat, we were actually holding back their development? A huge shift is happening in how we see nutrition, and it's time we all get on board.
I want you to think of fat not as just empty calories, but as construction material. These are the literal bricks and mortar for your child's body, and maybe most importantly, their brain. And this isn't just a quick phase. It's absolutely critical from day one, all the way through the teenage years.
All right, let's start at the very beginning, during that incredible, explosive period of human growth. We're talking about the first 1,000 days of life. And during this time, honestly, you can forget about other nutrients for a second. Fat is the undisputed star of the show. Period.
Get this, a baby's brain is nearly 2/3 fat. Just let that sink in for a moment. It's staggering, right? So fat isn't just some fuel for the brain, it is the brain. It's the literal raw material for every single connection, every pathway, and every thought that's forming.
Now, this might be the most surprising and important takeaway for parents. Experts are crystal clear. For any child under 2 years old, you should not be restricting fat, not even saturated fat. The very things we as adults are so often told to limit are absolutely essential during this unique and critical window of development.
So, what does that actually look like on a plate? Well, for a baby between 6 and 12 months, we're talking about 30 grams a day. And here's why that's so important. Gram for gram, fat packs more than double the energy of carbs or protein. It's this super dense, incredibly efficient fuel they need to power all of that amazing growth.
Okay, so once a child hits that big second birthday, the whole game changes. We stop worrying so much about how much fat they're getting, and we start focusing really intensely on what kind of fat they're eating. Let's call this the Great Fat Shift. And this is where we meet the main characters in our story, the omegas. Now, they're called essential for a really simple reason. Our bodies literally can't make them. We have to get them from the food we eat. There's no other way. Now, here's where it gets really fascinating. We need both omega-3s and omega-6s, but they have basically opposite jobs. Think of omega-3s as the body's firefighters. They go around calming down inflammation. Omega-6s, on the other hand, can actually start the fire. You need both, of course, but the real key is keeping them in perfect balance. But here's the problem. Our modern diet has completely thrown this balance out of whack. I mean, look at this. Common cooking oils, processed foods, they've flooded our diets with those pro-inflammatory omega-6s, while the calming omega-3s have almost disappeared. The scales are tipped way in the wrong direction. So even with this new focus on quality, fat is still a huge piece of the puzzle. The American Heart Association says kids should still be getting about 1/4 to 1/3 of their daily calories from fat. We just have to make sure it's the right kind.
All right, let's jump forward to the teenage years. This is a wild time, and here, healthy fats take on a brand new, super important job. They're basically orchestrating all the massive hormonal changes of adolescence.
For teenagers, fats are the literal building blocks for the hormones that drive puberty. They provide that sustained energy for growth spurts in sports. And maybe most importantly, they help them feel full and satisfied. And let's be honest, for any parent of a teenager, that is a huge win.
And hey, look at this. The magic number stays pretty much the same. Even for teens, from 14 to 18, the goal is still right around 25 to 35% of their daily calories from high-quality fats. So you see, consistency really is key here. Okay, so that was the why. Now let's get to the how. This is the fun part. Let's get into the playbook. Just simple, practical ways you can bring these healthy fats into your family's kitchen starting today.
So to tip those scales back in your favor, you want to call in those anti-inflammatory firefighters, the omega-3s. That means trying to work in these powerhouse foods like fatty fish, walnuts, and flax seeds into your meals each week.
And listen, you do not have to fight with a picky eater to make this happen. This is all about being smart and a little sneaky, not forceful. Healthy fats can be hidden in plain sight. Pureed avocado is completely undetectable in chocolate muffins. Ground flaxseed just vanishes into pancake batter. It really can be that easy. This is not about some radical, overnight diet overhaul. The real secret here is making small, consistent swaps. Just switch your cooking oil, choose avocado for their toast instead of butter one day. These tiny little changes, when you do them every day, are what will truly rebalance your family's health over time.
So this right here, this is the milestone. We're officially moving away from those old, fear-based, low-fat rules and into a much smarter, quality fat model. This is all about empowering you, as a parent, to choose the absolute best fuel for your child's growing body and mind.
So as we finish up, I'm going to leave you with this one question. Forget about overhauling your entire kitchen. Just think about this. What is the one small swap you can make this week? Because changing the course of your child's health doesn't have to be some giant marathon. It can start with a single step, or maybe just a single, smarter meal.